Tesla has reached $265.32. Is that a random move? No, it's not a random move because this is where Tesla stopped exactly on December 28, 2023. It stopped right there, could not go higher. Right now, we are at the same point. History repeats itself. We have a high today at 265.61 and our horizontal resistance was at 265.32. So we are 30 cents off on $260. So that's pretty good. It never ceases to amaze me that technical analysis works. When it's done really well, it works. It predicts future movements. It does not predict them in the future. I don't know what will be the cost of a Tesla stock in 2027. I don't know. But I know when there's a significant move in the market, and we had such change right here, I'm going to repeat it again. June 27th, we saw, even June 26th, we saw that we broke 194.35. We could not break and stay above that stock price before then, except a little bit in February, but we could not get over that number. So this is a pattern. The pattern for 2024 for Tesla so far was nobody has to pay more than 194.35 in order to get a Tesla stock because there are plenty of sellers for the buyers that want to buy so that the price does not have to go higher than 194.35. Then there was a step change right here. June 26th, there was a step change. There was a shortage of Tesla stock below 194.35. So buyers that really wanted to get in had no choice but to pay higher. And we noticed that change in the dynamics between supply and demand, buyers and sellers. This is what I like to call the tug-of-war between the buyers and sellers. There's tug-of-war. Buyers want to buy as low as possible, and sellers want to sell as high as possible. And it is the tension between the two that we are tracking. We are tracking that tension, and we see it in real time. This is scientific data. This is real data. This is public information data. The stock exchanges are giving us those information. They are giving us information for each single transaction that is happening. And what this software does is collates all those transactions into one candle per day. If we go on the 1 hour chart, it collates all the transactions, one candle per hour. That's it. And we are using this on this channel in order to understand the supply and demand. So right now, we have stopped today at 265.61. This was the high of the day. So now, the big question that we have to ask ourselves, are we taking profit or not? I did not take profit today. Before today, I was going to take profit if we were going to go lower than 238. We were at around 250, and I was letting the stock some movement to come down a little bit to pull back down to 238. Right now, because we are higher, my stop loss number is going to be 250. If we start going lower than 250, I might decide to just get out of it temporarily to see where things are going to go before finding another opportunity to get back in. This channel is called the Daily Trader. We don't like to stay into a stock for years when it's going down. We don't stay into something that goes down. So right now, what could be happening is that because we are close to an important resistance, we have short sellers, yes, that have been burned recently. They don't like what happened. So they might want to double down and try to push it down because we are at a major resistance. So each time a stock reaches a major resistance, we can expect a little bit of movement down because, as I said, the short sellers want to push it back down and want to regain a little bit of what they lost, at least on paper. So tomorrow is going to be very crucial. So far, if we look at the post-market, we are at 262.85. So we are still up by 52 cents. So it seems post-market that we still have enough buyers that the short sellers don't even want to try. We don't see any red candles since June 26th. And if we look at the volume, we have super high volume, and the volume has not even tapered down. So it seems like we are still full steam ahead going up. So far today, we have the earnings call that is going to happen on July 23rd. This is just a couple of weeks away. So yeah, it's possible that we stabilize under 265.32. Nobody knows what is going to happen. Nobody knows. What we know is that we could be coming back down a little bit, and that would not be out of the ordinary because of the big resistance at 265.32. But what we also know is that if we break 265.32 tomorrow, then this is going to tell us that the force is even stronger. And if we break 265.32, this is going to be an indication that the buyers are really, really in force with Tesla. And it would give us another buy signal to get back in the stock if we have taken some profit or just add to our position. Let's take a look at the 1 hour chart to understand a little bit more how the day went. So yesterday we had broken 250, but we could not break 260 right here. So we were into a congestion zone, and we should be zigzagging between the two numbers. This is what we did. The first candle of the day, though, was right here. Nice green candle above 250. Second candle was a little bit higher, but was stopped briefly at 260. Then the third hour, we had a break, and look at this perfection. You know, this is all perfection. We stopped at 265.32 on the third hour. The fourth hour came back down. You know, the first shorters started to come in, but then the stock could not go lower than 260. And then we started from 260 and we're pushed back down. And then we started to go sideways a little bit, coming back down. But we are still above 260.70. You know, this is a very strong move. All of our technical indicators are pretty much good. We have a MACD crossover bearish right here yesterday on Friday, telling us that there was a slowing down in the move. But aside from that, everything is pretty positive. So yeah, we need to wait for the stock to tell us what it wants to do. Does it want to stabilize going sideways, or does it want to continue past 265.32? Let's take a look at the VIX. VIX is not going higher, so this should be helping the stock market. Government bonds going sideways, so this is not too bad either after the big move that we had recently, so it's stabilizing. Let's take a look at our stock indices. So we have a little bit of weakening on Dow Jones. We are still above 39,295, nothing too serious. S&P 500, just a quiet day. We are up a little bit, but we have a green candle. And we also have a green candle, even though we have made a higher high and a higher low. So things still look pretty positive. Let's look at some important stocks. So Apple is continuing. We are up 0.38%. Apple is in the same situation as Tesla. We are rubbing against a resistance right here. It's resistance, and what stocks tend to do close to a resistance is to come back down. This is what they tend to do. If they break it, this is another signal. This is another buy signal that we can use. Amazon, same thing again, close to some important resistance that was used since 2020. It does not mean that we are going to go back down right now, but it means that this is going to put a damper on the further move. AMD, this is a little bit different. This one is not close to its resistance. So if it breaks above 185, then this is going to provide us with a further buy signal. Adobe, just a little bit of a pullback. This is not close to its resistance at all. ARM, we have broken our horizontal congestion zone. Now we are continuing higher and higher. We still have room to grow for ARM. Google has broken any resistance, and we are into uncharted territory. We should have stopped right here at 170. This is where we should have stopped. As you can see, it had a hard time. It broke it, came back down, zigzag a little bit. It was hard. The sellers wanting to push it back down. The buyers were pumping it back up. The sellers came in and then the buyers said, no, we are winning that round. Boom. And they have won. So maybe this is something that is going to happen with Tesla. Who knows? Microsoft, continuing, we still have room to grow with Microsoft. Meta, we should have stopped. We should have stopped right here on that resistance. We have broken it. And now we are into this instability period. The shorters want, the short sellers want to push it back down. So we'll see what is going to happen on that one. Each stock has its individual tug of war. Each stock is different. NVIDIA, we have broken above 128.26. We had a hard time with that one. Stochastic is over 60. So yeah, technically we can say, okay, this is the time to buy back. But because we have a resistance that is so close, we have this main resistance and another one right here that are so close that it does not make much sense to buy that close to resistance. So I would wait until I see it break to get in, because we could be just going sideways. Palantir, we have the same thing. We have broken 27.53 right here. And now we are kind of zigzagging. So we don't know if it is going to maintain itself. SMCI going sideways, nothing to do here. SoFi, nothing to do. EV stocks, but nice day. We have had 3 green candles in a row. We should be bouncing on this part right here. So, are we seeing some signs of that? If we go on the 1-hour chart, we could consider this part right here a congestion zone. And we have broken it. So, you can consider this a little bit of a buy if you want to buy something that could reverse at 30.79. You can do so. It can also continue because we are into a bullish channel. So after going sideways, we should be resuming. So maybe this is the first sign that we are seeing right now. A little bit of a pullback on our way to 336. Neo battery material, nothing. Neo, nothing. Novonix, nothing. Xpeng, nothing. Rivian, well, I'm happy to see this. I got back in. Rivian has broken 14.59 and now breaking 15.17 and 15.57. So we are just marching through. So I like this. Rivian is a great company. I like their cars. Nouveau Monde Graphite, this is plunging. Nikola Mining, this one wants to break 34. You see it? It breaks it during the day, then it is being pushed back down. So anytime a stock crosses a big resistance, there can be some turbulence, and this is what we are seeing right now. But we have not officially broken it. Once we break and stay above, then this is going to be a buy. Bitcoin bouncing on 52.706. XRP also bouncing on 40 cents. Silver, after breaking 10.23, we are maintaining ourselves, and gold is just going sideways. And Tesla is very strong. The volume is very strong. As I said, it would be normal for Tesla to stabilize a little bit after the big move. This is a nice move that we had in 2021. We moved up, and then we paused on resistance for a while. We had another move up in 2021. A big move up. We stabilized a couple of days. Then we tried to continue, and then we were squished down because this move was just too much. And then everybody was losing faith, and then it started coming down. But it stayed there. It stabilized. So let's hope that we are going to have the same thing right here. In Tesla's case, we had great delivery numbers, we had great energy product sales, and we have the earnings call coming July 23rd. So a bunch of things are happening that are maybe giving a newly found confidence for people in Tesla. So maybe this is what we are seeing right now. We are seeing that we have people that are buying back after having lost faith for a while. We should not speculate. We should base our decision on what is happening in the chart. If it goes lower than 250, I'm going to start wanting to sell. And until it happens, I might as well stay in it because who knows if it's going to continue, you know? I never don't sell a stock just because it went higher. Because who am I to know if it just won't continue going higher? Because if I sell just because it goes high, I could have said, okay, I bought at 194, I'm going to sell at 210. And if I don't sell, then it goes higher. Well, I should have sold at 230. But no, it continues. I want to let my winners run. This is a winner, but I'm watching it like a hawk, I am willing to suffer a little bit of a pullback, but not the whole thing. And yes, I risk a black swan event. If there's a black swan event that happened between right now and tomorrow morning, well, I cannot do anything about it. So if I leave my money in the stock market like this, I incur some risk. If you don't want that risk, you take your money out and you can sleep a little bit better at night. But then if it continues, then you need to catch up, or you are just a little bit too late and it just continues. So nothing's for sure. Nothing's for sure. Everything is risk on one side or risk on the other side. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.